Alright, let's talk about money, shall we? So, before I begin this video, I just want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing my personal journey and experiences, what I've learned, how I manage my money, and what I've observed with my parents and close friends about handling their finances. Also, I'd like to talk about why many people struggle financially due to poor spending habits. I've made mistakes with my money too, which is why even at 30, I still don't have enough savings yet to fully cover my life, which is my dream. Of course, financial freedom. However, I've built a strong money mindset and habits that helps me keep grounded, live peacefully, and more financial secure than most people. In this video, we'll explore the common money mistakes that keeps many people broke. Let's dive in. So, the first mistake you could be making is mistake number 1, having a one-day millionaire mentality. I used to see this from my relatives or some people that I know, and I am like this sometimes. Every time we receive our paychecks, we have this feeling of being millionaires. We want to buy whatever we want, go wherever we want, and eat whatever we crave. At last, you finally have the money and you will be able to buy the thing you have been longing to have for so long. The thing is, the more money you have, the more likely you are going to spend more. And we often heard it, right? But of course, it is not a bad thing to have more money. And of course, that is our goal, right? But you need to learn how to manage it wisely so that at the end of the day you will not going to ask yourself, where did my money go? Did you know someone that once was a millionaire and now struggling with his finances? We saw how people go from being millionaires to being in poverty, and that's kind of sad because of course we don't want that to happen to us, right? So do not think that you will never run out of money. Even if you have millions right now, you might lose it in just one click if you do not know how to handle it wisely. Mistake number 2, living beyond your means. Do you live paycheck to paycheck? Maybe because you are living beyond your means. Sometimes it is not the income or the salary, but the way you spend it that makes you poor. So before you let your money go, ask yourself questions like, is it something that I can truly afford? Is it a want or a need? I don't know about you, but I'm proud to say that since I started working and earning my own money, I developed a habit of thinking twice or even thrice before I spend my hard-earned money. This is actually that I am so proud of. I don't know, maybe because I was trained by the circumstances. Because when I was a teenager, my mom, who actually works overseas, let me handle and manage our family's finances. So I would allocate money to pay for our bills, buy groceries, and because of that, I think I developed this habit of living beyond our means. She would also allow me to allocate money to pay for my sister's tuition and my tuition fee as well. So at a young age, I saw how important it is to manage and handle our finances well. And also, my mom is a single mom and she was raising two kids on her own. So, yeah, I've seen her struggle, and the fact that also she trusted me with the money that she was sending to us because I was also the eldest. I think I thought at a young age that there's no reason for me to go crazy about spending her hard-earned money. Up until now that I am 30, I only buy stuffs that I know I need for my self-growth or achieving my personal goals or even family goals and all those stuffs. I would buy a few clothes for myself as a reward, but you wouldn't see me spending big amounts on the latest gadgets or iPhone or stuffs that I don't really need. So yeah, don't live beyond what you can afford, and you'll see the difference. I promise. Mistake number 3: living on borrowed money. Another major mistake that keeps you broke is living on borrowed money or accumulating bad debt. Many people fall into this trap by relying too heavily on credit cards, which often come with high interest rates. Honestly, my bank has called me so many times and they're offering me credit cards, and I've declined multiple times because I just don't need them and I don't see any reason for me to use credit cards. But if you're using credit cards to pay your bills or support your daily life, well, I'm not here to judge you, but I am here to say that there's a more peaceful, more comfortable way to live your life and a stress-free way. And that is possible if you plan carefully and do not depend on borrowed money. I've seen the problem here multiple times, and I've seen it with my own family or my parents and my sibling, and of course, I've learned a lesson from those experiences of my loved ones. Another common issue is taking out loans for things that don't generate income, like buying a car, renovating a house, or funding lifestyle purchases. It can also become a burden to you because you have to pay your mortgage or car loans long term, and especially if you don't fully understand the terms and costs like interest, it can stretch your budget thin and leave you financially stressed. I personally don't depend on borrowed money. I hate debt. I mean, I don't like getting into debt. If I can live with what I already have or with the money that I have right now, I will live frugal or I will choose to not spend more than I earn. I learned this at a very young age, as I was saying, because I used to see my parents struggle so much with debts, and I just don't like those things to happen to me. What I mean by those things are the struggle of trying to look for money to pay. What I mean by that is, the pain of not having enough money to live a life that you want and living a life of debt. That is actually one of my biggest prayers because I don't really want to just live in debt. To travel and use a money that I borrowed, that's not going to make me comfortable. As much as I want to, I would buy things in cash. And let me share this to you. My biggest purchase, to be honest, are this laptop that I'm using right now and the iPhone that I have right now. And I bought these equipments for my virtual assistant job. And I paid cash when I bought these stuffs that I needed. So you can see a pattern here that I would only buy something that I truly need. Like what I've said, I needed an equipment for my job. And yeah, that's it. So I think I understood it early that I don't want to be stuck in a cycle of debt because I really wanted to build wealth, real wealth for myself and my family. Last but not the least, mistake number 4, having no savings. In 2020, it was actually my midlife crisis, and I was reflecting on my life in general and about my finances and all. And I realized that I've been working from 2015 to 2020, and I don't have any savings at all. Nothing to my name. I have nothing in the bank. I don't even have a sustainable bank account, as in nothing. No savings at all. And I was earning a decent amount of money during those years. And I was wondering, where did all my money go? I was also asking the same question as many of you have asked yourself. I don't know. But during those years, it hit me. After having this conversation with my high school friend who's at the same age at me, and during those times, she already have, I think, 500,000 or more to her name in investments, I think stock and real estate, if I'm not mistaken. But that conversation really fired me up to get started with my financial and self-growth journey at the same time. I was really inspired by her, and she told me that her goal was to retire at 30. She started saving early, and I really admired that. That was interesting to me at that time because during those moments, all I knew was go on a 9 to 5 job, work 5 to 6 days a week, earn money every 15 or 30th of the month, and spend all my money. And I don't even remember where did all my money go. Imagine. So yeah, that conversation blew my mind, and I realized how much time I wasted. If I only started saving early after I was hired at my first job, after graduating from the university, I was thinking, how much would I have by now if I started saving early at my first job, right? So in 2020, at the age of 25, I finally started building my emergency fund, and eventually I reached my first 100K, and I actually made a video about how I did it, which you can watch here. Now, I constantly encourage my younger sister and cousins to start saving early because honestly, that would exactly what I would tell my younger self. So, those were the money mistakes that might be keeping you broke. And let's have a recap. Mistake number 1, having a one-day millionaire mentality. Mistake number 2, living beyond your means. Mistake number 3, living on borrowed money. And mistake number 4, having no savings. If you've made some of these mistakes, well, don't worry, it's not too late. And congratulations, because you are watching this type of content, and that's a great start. And what matters most is what you do next. What are you gonna do about it this time? You can start small, take control, and build smarter habits moving forward. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a comment down below, or share it to someone who might need to hear this. See you on my next video.